I'm Lisa,
I'm Lori.
and we're here to bring you the May 2023 monthly challenge chat to Crossstitch. So thanks for
Yep.
joining us. As usual, we have
Yes.
lots to go through. I've made the lovely Laurie stay up late to film this because I'm working every day this week. This was the only day we could get it together. But hey, I think it is the first over there still, is it, Laurie?
Yes, it is.
Yes, so we've got in on the first, so most of you will see this on the second by the time I get it posted. All right, so let's start with what is happening in with Warriors. And we have got the usual sorts of monthly things happening. Categories is up, and we'll start with that. And the letter that was drawn is O. O is the letter. So what have you got, Laurie, that you can fit into an animal starting in O?
I have nothing because I don't have very many animals, but especially the only thing that's an animal is an octopus that just comes to mind. A
Or an
possum, maybe.
orangutan.
Oh, an orangutan. Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
I'm going to go with the orangutan. And I found my photos.
Oh,
I don't think it's
nice.
going to help us. But in my amazing animal kingdom bookshelf, there's bound to be an orangutan fish monkey there somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do orangutan.
Okay.
This next one then is something to do with the beach starting with O. And I've done no preparation for these. I haven't looked at any examples or anything. I mean, obviously an octopus
Yes.
at the beach.
Mm,
I haven't got any other ideas at the moment. And I mean, I do have an octopus, but not on anything that I'm stitching. So I won't be getting that one done this month. The next one is color. So orange is the color that comes to mind the most. Do you have
orange.
anything with orange?
Yeah, I do. My Cirque du Circles has orange in it, and so does a lumber garden. And so let me show that a little bit. Share screen. So my Cirque du Circles, I'm doing an oxide. So all of these colors are very similar, and that would be my orange.
So I am continuing my focus sort of stitching, and I will be focusing on 5 pieces, which will come to sense when I talk about another group later. And one of my pieces that I want to finish this week, this month is winter. Sorry, Christmas by the Cricket Collection. And you can see there's a great big orange stocking in the middle.
Yes.
So that's my orange for the color. Something to do with humans.
You know, I Googled body parts that begin with O. And they were all internal.
I'm going to go with ocular for eyes.
Okay.
I don't
I
know
would
what
use
you
that
think,
too.
but eyes is about all I could think of off the top of my head.
Hmm.
Why did I keep getting harder? Every month is getting harder and harder. Martha thought she
I think
started
so.
hard and then she's getting harder.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. What about something man-made, Laurie?
Mm. O is hard. And you can see I didn't look up the O for with Warriors. I didn't see it yet. So, O. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
I've got nothing on that at the moment either.
Mm.
All right. What about travel?
Mm.
What about outside?
Outside, yes, but I think you could pretty much look up. Oh, I'm so drawing a blank. Um, ocean if you go to the beach. I know it's kind of a double dip, but there you go.
But if you put the octopus in the beach thing and the ocean,
Yes,
because you can't use the
ocean.
same word twice. You can use the same whip with different stitches and a different word, but you can't do
Mhm.
the same word twice, even on a different whip. Yeah,
Yes, and in the US, there's a few states that start with O, like Oklahoma or something like that. Maybe you could go that direction.
maybe. Um,
Mhm.
what about a season?
Oh, even harder.
I know. I just can't believe that it's getting harder every time. Don't worry about it. We've
If
got
you
no
have
idea.
something Halloweenish, you could say October is in the
The month.
fall.
Yeah, or spring for us. So
Yeah.
I think October's probably the only thing you could do.
Mhm.
Um, holiday Oktoberfest. Anything to do with Germans drinking beer?
No. Oh, well, yeah, October. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Oktoberfest.
All right, what about a music or book?
Oh, that should be pretty easy. I mean, Googling songs or books.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
something that starts with old.
Hmm.
I don't know what, but um, I've got two Christmas whips I want to do. So an old, old Christmas past or something as a book title.
Hmm.
Then I can do my Christmas whip that I want to get finished.
And for double points, find some alliteration in these things so you can get multiple points, and that's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Old octopus.
There you go.
Okay, what TV or movie? Same thing. Google, you'll find something. Designer. A designer starting with O. Al Forrest.
Al Forest is one. Yes.
I don't have an Al Forrest at the moment. I could
Yes.
rectify that if I decide to start another Sal because they're launching their new Treasure Island Sal. So see how I'm feeling
Yes.
at the end of the month.
That's
And
true.
a pattern. I've actually got this one. Ah, Once upon a fairy tale.
Awesome. I think that's probably an easy one for people because you know what's in your whip pile.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So that's categories. So Martha has excelled herself at making it harder yet again. Thanks, Martha.
yes.
Um, okay, so the next thing we've got coming up, there will be the Strident Sale as always, and that's going to be on the 9th and then again
Mhm.
on the 27th. And I purposely run one session in the American evening and one in the Australian evening to try and cater for the different time zones across the world so the Europeans can make some as well if they can. I can't guarantee it's on a day that suits you, but just try to share it around.
Yep.
Laurie's word game starts on is it the Wednesday the 10th?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
We've got a riff off on the 21st. So that's where you get to do 100 stitches and match your whip to the next whip and the next whip and the next whip. And then we
Yes.
also have got the fast-paced color relay happening again on the 29th. So
Wow.
you've got to stitch your 100 stitches in green and then pick the next color, and first person who stitches their stitches and calls the next color. And we're going to just stick to keeping it simple this month. It's just going to be the basic colors again. So that's
Mhm.
what's happening in Whip Warriors this month. So all the usual favorites. Big thank you to everyone who wanted their albums checked and commented on the post. We have checked, I think, all of them now. We did say farewell to about 50 members who hadn't done any stitching progress. So we just want the group to be, full of people who deserve to have the credit for doing the stitching. What's happening
Yep.
in Daily 30? Sorry.
Daily 30. Okay, so the monthlies are all acrostics. I think you can see the trend that's happening there. And so this month it's May flowers. So that makes up the 10 letters in the prompt for the acrostic. So M, starting off with M. And this can be an item in your whip. This is the designer name, any word in the designer name, or any word in the title. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm still looking.
Oh, you're.
Well, look, I can be really boring and go with the man in the Nutcracker Village.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't seen Attack on Titan lately, so I am going with, and a lot of my prompts are going to be this one. Do you sit there?
Yes, no, we see your
Mouths on all of the people, so M for mouth.
right. No, we just saw your beautiful back screensaver thing of the.
Oh, lovely. That was a fail. Let's start again. Ah, there you go.
That's it. That looks like Attack on Titans. So they've got
The
mouths. So
mouths.
that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
I have got an archer. I tend to go for an object. I don't know why. That's just the way my brain thinks when I have that option.
Uh-huh. Okay. So the next one is A.
Archer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've gotten all the way out. Did you leave me?
Have you got arms on your people in Titans?
Yes, but I'm just going to do the title name, Attack on Titan.
Oh, of course.
Mhm. Yeah.
Silly me.
That's okay. But yeah. Do you have your whip? Did you already say
Yeah.
for A?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Y.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't use yellow, can I?
I don't believe so.
I would say I'm going to have to probably resort to the Amazing Animal Kingdom and find something that starts with Y. I mean, I've got a young elephant.
Yes, in your Once Upon a Fairy Tale in the medallion, does it have spell it out? Because if there's a letter in your whip, like a sampler,
No.
or
Okay.
okay,
Christmas and winter, so no.
okay.
No, but letter Y, yes, that would be nice. What have you got?
Mm-hmm. I have got it's a real, not it's a real, a real snow job. So there's signs on the houses or buildings on the shops there, and this one actually says fancy. It's really hard to see. If I blow it up, it gets distorted because
I can see
Facebook.
that. Yeah, so you've got a Y on it. Oh, that's good.
Yes. Yeah. And F.
Fairy tale. And if I don't want to do that fairy tale, I can do, where's the other fairy tale? But I've also got a stitch on Fairy Tale Town. So it'll definitely be the word fairy tale in the title.
Awesome. So my F is Attack on Titan. I'm just doing fingers. Yeah. Then L.
I'm probably being very boring, the lady.
That's fair. I'm doing lips on Attack on Titan. I did mouth. I have lips. O.
Well, this is going to double dip beautifully with my categories. So it's probably going to be, I was thinking as well as, if I don't have an orangutan, I could say that's an orca, a whale.
Got it.
So I'll double dip that straight across from the animals categories.
Got it. So I'm doing Greenhouse of Oddities, the mystery sampler by Lola Crow, and the O. Now on categories, it's the beginning of the name, but on the acrostic here is a little bit more generous and any word in the name. So
yeah,
there you go. W.
I have to do this. Winter. Finally can fit in one of the ones I want to stitch on.
I will do windows in a real snow job.
Nice.
E.
Well, it has an E.
I will do eyes in Attack on Titan.
Or ears.
R. Oh, ears, yes.
Well,
Elbows, all that jazz.
I've got an
Yep.
R. There's an R.
Yep. Yeah, and so S.
Well, that's going to do the same idea. Christmas has an S.
Yes, and probably a real snow job. Um, but I might do something else like there's string laces on the shirt ties in Attack on Titan. Just depends on what whip I want to work on. But there you go.
Fair enough. Awesome.
And that is the mini acrostic.
Right. Well, that then takes us through to pop culture, which is the difficult challenge run by Australian girls. And this one, we're dancing through the decades, and we're in the 5th decade, so therefore we're in the 1940s. And you choose your amount. Then you add them up, or a total amount in the month. So you don't have to do all 10,000 stitches. You can get entries for 9,000, 6,000, or 3,000.
Now, are you doing Down Under Divas or pop culture?
I'm doing Down Under Divas at the moment.
Got it. Okay.
So, and they like one whip per prompt, unless you have a finish.
Gotcha.
So the sound barrier was broken in 1947. Stitch 2,000 stitches on something that makes a sound. Now, they are specific. It's on the item. 2,000 stitches on an item that makes a sound. That's tricky.
Very tricky. Yeah. Does it have to make a sound all of its own, or if you manipulate it, it makes a sound?
I'm really not at liberty to know the answer to that, but I would think, like, if it's an obvious thing, it would be okay.
Yeah, I do things without like creatures, and the ones with creatures, I'm so far up in the top that, yeah. So
I think the only one I could do that for, and it's not really the piece that I wanted to spend 2,000 stitches on, but my Old Time Wagons by Charles Wasocki, I could possibly stitch on the wagons and the horses because both of them make sound when they move. So to get 2,000 stitches, I could do numerous wagons and horses, if that makes sense.
yes, it does.
But that's hard. All right. Atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan occurred on August 6th and 9th in 1945. There are horrific events, and the impact of the bombs threw up mushroom-shaped cloud of debris. Stitch 2,000 stitches on a piece with a cloud or a mushroom.
Cloud, Attack on Titan.
Now again, I don't know, it wasn't what I was planning to do 2,000 on, but there are clouds in Ariel. So I can do it. Maybe I'll be doing the fortnightlies this month. Second World War saw conscription come to Australia. Men were called to arms based on the day they were born. Stitch 1,000 stitches on a piece you started on one of your birthdays. So a birthday start.
I don't have a birthday start.
I don't think I do either. The last birthday start I had, I finished last year. So yeah, this is not looking good for me this month.
No.
The plastic frisbee started to be produced in 1948. You can do this. Stitch 1,000 stitches on a piece with circles.
Oh, Cirque du Circles. We've seen that.
So you've got that. I really don't have that. So yeah, I'm failing miserably. I'm going to have to look at the fortnightly ones for this month, I think. Holden launched in Australia in 1948 with its mass-produced car, the FX. The mascot at its demise in 2020 was a lion. Stitch 1,000 stitches on a piece with a lion or related to the mascot of another car brand. So that one I can do. I have a lion.
Very nice.
Do you have any animal car mascots? Jaguar?
No.
Nope.
I have a horse. That's it.
Is that a car type mascot?
A Mustang.
There you go. So
Mhm.
you could do that.
Yep.
Oh, now come on. This is ridiculous. When you hear this prompt, you're going to know why I'm not happy, Laurie. And dear listeners, you should know too. Okay. In 1942, Japanese forces bombed Darwin in Australia. Stitch 500 stitches on a piece related to Japan. I just finished
Well,
Samurai.
yes. Oh. Well, and nothing else? Not a cherry tree or anything like that?
Look, I could possibly get away with the winter because it does snow in Japan.
Hmm.
It's very broad. I don't know. What about you? Well, you could do Attack on Titans because the
Yes, for the
the
anime.
anime style. 1945, the UN was formed in hope this would prevent a repeat of the Second World War. Stitch 500 stitches on a piece with items from more than one nation.
That's kind of hard. With items from more than one nation?
Mm. Nutcracker Village, it's got a whole bunch of different cultures represented in their shops. So there's like Chinese tea and
So my brain goes in a different direction sometimes. So I'm thinking like of a chatelaine. Like when you kit it up, the beads probably come from one source, the silks come from another source, the DMC comes from France.
I'm quite sure that
If you
if you
explain it,
can explain it,
Mhm.
you should be right because that's a totally different way of looking at it, Laurie. The Z3 was completed in 1941, the world's first working fully automatic computing machine. Stitch 500 stitches on a piece with a computer, related to a computer game, or on a design that starts with Z.
Wow.
Isn't your Attack on Titans a computer game?
No, it's just an anime.
No.
I don't. It may be a computer game, but I'm not aware of that. I'm aware that it's a book and a series on TV. So
Yeah, if there's a Little Mermaid computer game, I could do that. I don't know,
yeah.
Little Mermaid computer game. That's, as I said, I think I'm failing at these this month. Tupperware was first developed in 1946. Stitch 500 stitches on a piece with a container with a lid.
You're so lucky.
I am. That's a hard one.
It is a hard one. So would a carriage be considered a container with a lid?
I don't think so. But see, I could do my carriages because underneath them is milk pails and things.
Yes, I'm staring at your craft room stitch count, Sal, and it has those open bins at the bottom, but they don't have a lid. I can't think
No,
of anything that has a lid in there.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything coming. I don't think there's anything coming with a lid. No. Sorry. Radiocarbon dating was developed in the late 40s. Stitch 500 stitches on a piece with something that could be discovered by archaeologists.
Oh, well, I don't know. A Lombard Garden is an old castle. I don't know that it was discovered by archaeologists, but I think they've had to do some exploration and possibly some excavation of some parts of that. So I would research and go in that direction for my shadowing.
And I'm on the same idea. I reckon that, this old castle ruins probably could be discovered by archaeologists.
Right.
Actually
And
existed.
maybe I should show it really quick just
Yeah,
to
you better.
flash. Yeah. So this is actually a Spanish castle, and this is representative of the castle, and the crenellations or the battlements or where they used to shoot from and that kind of thing. So anyway,
They could also have dead bodies buried in that garden.
good. Mm-hmm.
All right, last one. Swing was the most popular music style during the 40s. It brought a distinctive dancing style. Stitch 500 on a piece that shows dancing or a swing.
Yeah, I'm out on that one. I don't.
I'm out on that one too. So that's down under Divas Monthlies, guys. So I'm wishing you all luck. I don't think I'm going to get many of them done, but they do offer the fortnightly prompts, which are a lot easier. I might take the time to go through some of them in my next me video, because we're just doing the monthly things here. But yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, what have we got happening in Semi-Sane?
So Semi-Sane has a few challenges that are counting and one or two that are non-counting. Let's start with Project Mania. You need at least 5 projects to participate in this one. And so once you have your 5 projects set, then you pick a level that you want to participate at. It's kind of like a set your own goal kind of thing. So go to the site, read up on all of the details. It's a little bit too complicated to go into here, but just know you need 5 projects and it's counting.
Well, I'm going to show you my 5 projects because I'm going to do this, and this fits in really well.
Okay.
So my Whip Go numbers were called with 23 and 25, which means that Once Upon a Fairy Tale and Amazing Animal Kingdom were called for Whip Go. I'm very sad because I've stitched on both of them already, and I've got 2 pieces I haven't stitched on yet. But anyway, that's the joy of Whip Go. And then I thought, well, my mania focus is going to be finishing these cricket collections of winter. And it's a really bad photo of Christmas. And then I thought, well, what would I make for my number 5? And I thought, yep, let's just double dig at my Nutcracker Sal. So they're my 5, and basically every 200 stitches you get that you do on all 5 of them, you get an entry. So I already know I want to do 1,000 stitches on at least some of them. So I'm looking at doing 1,000 on each of them as that sort of part of the game.
Yes, and this is self-paced. Now, I'm bringing that up because some of the other events are not self-paced. They have to be daily. So this one's a good one if you count, and it's self-paced. So the next event, it would be this or that. This is non-counting. The theme is urban or rural. So you just pick what you're stitching on. If you feel like you can explain it into either a rural, like farm, landscape kind of thing, or urban, buildings, lots of tight buildings, cityscape, like a real snow job would be an urban, So there you go.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there's May Madness. So this is one of those counting that is goal oriented, because you'll be eliminated if you don't stitch and beat the spinning wheel. So basically you pick a level, which would be sane, semi-sane, or insane. And the wheel values are relatively mild for sane, like 200's the highest on sane. On semi-sane, 500's the highest. On insane, 800's the highest. And every night at 10 p.m. Eastern, so 9 p.m. Central, she'll spin a wheel, and you have to beat that wheel.
So does she spin before we stitch or after we stitch?
After you've stitched what you're going to stitch, then she'll spin to see if you beat it or not.
So you have to finish stitching before that time.
Correct.
See, so
I'm out on. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I'm already out because I can't stitch.
Yes.
Today. Oh no. Yes. She already spun for today.
She would have spun at 10 Eastern, so 9. Yes, she's already spun an hour ago. So if you start your stitching now for tomorrow, you would beat tomorrow's spin.
Right.
Yes. So as long as you stitch after the spin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome.
And so that's exciting. Then it's Bappening. It's Bappening is sports edition, so anything related to sports, 1,000 stitches on your BAPs. Look at the event to make sure that your whip fits into a BAP category for them. Different groups have different rules on what a BAP that is.
I can actually do that. I wasn't thinking I'd be able to because, you know, I don't do anything sports, but again, my little archers, oh, upside down, my little archers would get me in.
Absolutely. Sports in the broadest sense. Already saw somebody had put fishing up there as a sport. So yeah, go for it. And that does it for the active events in May for SimSA.
Okay. Well, then that takes us through to pop culture stitching challenges, and they've got their 3 events happening again. They've got their acrostic, which we won't go through, but just to tell you what it is, if I can find it. You've got to make up a campsite name. So do acrostic based on that. So you basically create your own word and do an acrostic based on that to do with a campsite. They've got an event called Out of This World. Lots of crazy things going on in the world. So she wants to see projects that are not of this world, anything that's a whip related to fantasy, myth, legends, and make-believe. So there you go. And then the big one they do is from page to screen, about the books, 200 stitches that you can tie into a movie or a TV show that's been adapted from a book. And she's got a whole bunch of samples there that you can do, but you can come up with your own as well. So that's what's happening in pop culture.
Nice.
And I think that's it, is it? Have we forgotten any?
That's about it for the monthly challenges. I will mention in Harvest Stitchers, the season has changed. So a little bit of a shake up there. That's kind of neat. It keeps it interesting. Like different crops can be grown, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep. And in Utopia, the season's just changed and we're heading into autumn now, which means no more herb gathering. So woohoo, we got like a whole 1 day of herb gathering in our group. But yes, and in Hell's Stitching, they're just working through the next lot of orders. And in Jurassic World, filling the next lot of customers. That's about all I think we do at the moment. I don't know, I forget.
I do 6 strands, and we finished an event, but basically we're just building our options in our theme parks. And so a lot of new exhibits, a lot of new options out there. And the events happen about once a week.
And Harry Potter's just finished their, started the next month, and we're doing Mad Eye Moody, I think it is. Is that who it is this month? I can't remember. Anyway, it's monthly and just doing house points. So everything's plodding along. It's when I work full time, I don't have much time to think about stitching. And with the first of the month falling on a Monday, and Monday and Tuesday are my biggest work days when I'm working, I'll get around to thinking about them later in the week. I was awake really early this morning, like at 4 a.m. and I thought I should just get up and do some stitching, but I hadn't even got my head around what do I want to start with for the month, because I just, I know I can't really do anything till tomorrow. So that might totally wipe me out of that with Mania, which is a shame, because I like those sorts of ones, but not to worry. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that helps some of you with your thoughts. Sorry we weren't as helpful as usual, but some of them are really hard this month.
Yeah.
And so we'll look forward to catching you next month.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.